You know, there's this one piece of career advice. You've probably heard it a million times. It's everywhere, plastered on posters, it's the big theme in graduation speeches, and it's kind of the go-to answer for anyone feeling a little bit lost.
Yep, follow your passion.
Or, do what you love. The idea is that if you do, the money and the happiness, they'll just follow. It sounds so inspiring, it feels right, and we hear it so often that, honestly, most of us never even think to question it.
But what if it's totally wrong? What if follow your passion is actually one of the most dangerous pieces of career advice out there? Well, that's the uncomfortable truth at the heart of Cal Newport's book, So Good They Can't Ignore You. And trust me, once you see it, you can't unsee it. So this brings us to the first big idea here, the passion lie. See, the reason so many people feel stuck in their careers isn't because they chose the wrong passion. It's because they've been sold a complete myth about how a fulfilling career is actually built.
The core of this whole myth is what Newport calls the passion hypothesis. It's this idea that you're supposed to first discover some pre-existing thing you love and then go find a job that perfectly matches it. It sounds logical, sure, but in the real world, genuine passions that are also economically valuable, they're extremely rare.
When people chase passion like it's a prerequisite for work, they tend to just hop from job to job. They're constantly asking themselves, is this the right one for me? They get obsessed with what their job is giving them instead of what they're giving to their work. Over time, that mindset just leads to frustration and anxiety. Newport calls this the passion trap, because the more you look for that one perfect job, the more every normal job starts to feel fundamentally flawed.
So, if passion isn't the starting point, what is? Well, Newport's answer is mastery. And here's the key insight. People don't love things because they're naturally good at them. They learn to love things when they become good at them.
This leads to a simple but pretty radical idea. Passion is not the cause of great work. Great work is the cause of passion. In other words, you don't go out and find work you love, you build work you love.
And there's some powerful psychology behind this. It's called self-determination theory. It says what truly drives our long-term satisfaction isn't finding some magical passion, but meeting these three core needs. First, autonomy, that feeling of being in control of your life. Second, competence, that deep satisfaction you get from being genuinely good at what you do. And third, connection, the feeling that you're a part of something bigger. Now, notice what's missing from that list. Passion isn't the starting point. Competence comes first. The enjoyment follows from there.
Which leads us to Newport's most important shift in thinking. He calls it the craftsman mindset.
Okay, so most people operate with the passion mindset. They're always asking, what does this job offer me? Is it fulfilling my passion? The craftsman mindset completely flips that question. It asks, what value can I offer the world? It's a subtle change, but it is everything.
Because once you start focusing on producing quality, on relentlessly getting better, on sharpening your skills, you start building something incredibly rare. And in the world of work, rarity is power.
Newport introduces this idea of career capital. Think of it just like a currency. Career capital is the collection of rare and valuable skills you build over time. It's what makes you hard to replace. It's what gives you leverage. It is what creates options for you down the line.
In any market, the people with the most career capital get the best deals. This is how you earn the things people think passion will just give them. More freedom over your schedule, more control over your projects, more creativity, more money, and ultimately, much, much better work.
But career capital isn't just handed to you, it's earned. And the way you earn it is through deliberate practice. Now, this isn't just showing up or staying busy. It's not about repeating what you already know how to do. Deliberate practice means intentionally pushing into discomfort, systematically working on your weaknesses, constantly seeking feedback, and stretching your abilities just beyond where they are right now. It is hard, it is mentally demanding, and it's exactly why most people avoid it. But it's also why most people stay average.
And this gets to exactly why do what you love fails so many people. It teaches them to chase a feeling instead of building real value. And value is what creates freedom. Which brings us to one of the biggest insights in the book. Control is the real goal.
When people say they want passion in their work, what they're often actually describing is control. Control over their time, control over their projects, control over their whole environment.
But, and this is a crucial catch, control without career capital is fragile. If you try to demand flexibility or autonomy before you're truly valuable, the market will just replace you. Real control is a side effect of being useful. So Newport says you have to build first, then leverage.
Become excellent, then negotiate. Mastery comes first, freedom comes second.
And once you reach that level of mastery, something really interesting starts to happen. You begin to see the landscape of your field differently. You start to see missions.
A mission is that unifying goal, a direction that gives your work true, deep meaning. But missions don't just pop up at the beginning of your journey, they emerge when you're deep in a field, when you truly understand how everything works, when you can see what's missing. You find them at what Newport calls the adjacent possible, right at the cutting edge. You can't see it from the outside. You can only see it once you've earned your way in.
And that's why so many people feel lost. They're out there searching for a purpose before they've built any real capability. But purpose follows competence, not the other way around. So the message of this book isn't cynical at all, it's incredibly empowering. You are not waiting to discover yourself, you are actively building yourself.
So you don't need to find your passion, you need to develop your value. Because when you become truly good at something the world finds useful, the world starts paying attention. And that's when things get really interesting.
That's how you become so good they can't ignore you.